intelligence operation likely killed in northwest Pakistan several days ago.
That's right. Several days ago, there was an attack, most recently there, that killed about 20 or 25 suspected al-Qaeda figures, and according to one intelligence source, he was among those killed. This was several days ago. It is likely they have done a DNA match at this time before they would make such an announcement.
And as Jake said, public enemy number one, Brian Ross, responsible not only for the 9/11 attacks, going back to 1993, the World Trade Center bombing.
Absolutely, back to the attacks on the U.S. embassies in Africa, the attacks on the USS Cole in Yemen, and then, of course, taking claim for the attack on the World Trade Center, boasting about he was the only one who thought the towers would actually come down and how proud he was at that moment. So since that day, he has been sought by the U.S. in a variety of ways. They lost track of him for a long time since he disappeared at the end of 2001 and Tora Bora. And now this news, if it's the case, suggests a successful and important strategic mission for the U.S. and a real success in it.
We're also joined by Martha Raddatz on the phone right now. Martha reports that White House staffers were all called in this evening in jubilation in Washington.
We're hearing this absolute jubilation throughout government. But for the last few days, George, they've been meeting in the Situation Room. I was told several days ago there were high-level meetings going on in the Situation Room. Other people in the White House couldn't even get near it, and that there were special operations forces in there. There was a high military presence in there, and of course CIA as well, because it is the CIA that has been tracking him largely in Pakistan, not usually the military there.
And thank you, Martha. And of course, Osama Bin Laden, the most wanted man in the world, the United States, is offering $25 million for his capture. That was because of his involvement, of course, in the 9/11 attacks. And we have him here claiming responsibility for those attacks.
We calculated that the number of casualties from the enemy who would be killed based on the position of the tower. We calculated that the floors that would be hit would be 3 or 4 floors. I was the most optimistic of them all.
No, I have ABC on, which is Channel 2, which is up in Portland.
Due to my experience in this field, I was thinking that the fire from the gas in the plane would melt the iron structure of the building and collapse the area where the plane hit and all the floors above it only. This is all that we had hoped for. Allah be praised. The difference between the first and the second plane hitting the towers was 20 minutes. And the difference between the first plane and the plane that hit the Pentagon was 1 hour. The Americans were terrified, thinking there was a coup.
No, he's here.
Bin Laden claiming credit for the 9/11 attacks. We're standing by waiting for President Obama to make a statement at the White House. And as he pointed out, Brian Ross, ever since 9/11, ever since the United States lost Osama Bin Laden's trail in Tora Bora, there have been several attempts to get him, but